All right, welcome you guys to our team call. I currently have my finger dipped in an ice cup right now because I burned it. So anyway, if I get distracted for any reason, it's because my finger hurts. But anyway, today is the topic is mindset is everything, and this is like literally my favorite topic in the world. And it's like my belief is that this is like the topic that we can all have a constant reminder on. And then Amy's going to talk about, so I'm going to talk more about like mindset and like manifestation, how it relates to our business. And then Amy's going to talk about taking ownership of your business and being the boss and what that means. And so let's just get started with some announcements. So Super Saturday, I hope I got the date right. I'm sure it's April 2nd, but the first Saturday in April is Super Saturday. And if you guys, whoever's unfamiliar with Super Saturday, basically Beachbody has the corporate basically creates events all across the nation. So just, I believe, I'll post the link on how to find them near you. But for instance, I'm going to the Seattle Super Saturday. And so corporate just has these events where you go and there's usually like speakers. Then corporate has a video for you to watch. There's usually a free workout, free Shakeology. You bring a guest. Usually they'll present the opportunity or something for you. And then there'll be like some announcements. Sometimes they'll talk about new products that are being released and stuff like that. And they're super motivational and a great way to get connected with the community because, sometimes this is a very isolating business and you forget that we're all in this together. So when you go to events like Summit, when you go to the Success Club trip or Super Saturday even, like you just feel that connection and you're just like, wow, we're all in this together and this is so much fun. And it's just like, it's a lot less stressful when you see that. So find an event near you and attend. And then just quick reminders that the 22-minute hardcore 3-day refresh and PIO challenge packs are $140 till the end of March. So those are the specials for March. And just a quick reminder, all programs will always come in challenge packs. I know it's like some coaches get confused and they think that like there's only the ones that are on sale or the ones available. No, every single program comes with Shakeology as a challenge pack. It's just that every single month, some of them will go on an additional sale. And so there will always be announcements about that. So this month in particular, these are the 3 challenge packs that are on sale. Live webinar went really, really well. And the link to the webinar can be found on either mine or Amy's YouTube. So just search our names, Catherine Zinkina or Amy Rasmussen. And it should be the last updated webinar link. And this is a great link to share with prospects. If someone asks you like, can you tell me a little bit about Beachbody coaching? And instead of going verbal diarrhea all over them like I used to do, I will just send them the link and be like, hey, I actually have all this information recorded. If you're willing to watch it, I can send it to you. And usually they'll be like, yeah, let's watch it, or I'll watch it. And then usually they don't even have any questions besides like, oh, this is perfect. This is for me. How do I sign up? Or, maybe this is not for me right now. So I really like the webinar links to send out. And that way you don't have to wait till the next one to promote the coaching opportunity. And then just make sure you are promoting the April challenge groups. It's almost April, so make sure you're promoting them right now, especially really pushing that. And promoting coaching opportunity consistently through your posts. I know that like without consistent recruiting, you will wear yourself out in this business. So what's great about recruiting and what's great about building a team is that you start taking the pressure off of you. Like if you're not recruiting and you're only looking for challengers, the money that you earn in your business will only come for the work that you consistently do by looking for challengers. But once you start recruiting coaches onto your team, you kind of have that consistent income starting, as you rank advanced from Emerald and above. And I know my business, that's when things started really changing for me. And that's when the pressure to constantly, look for challengers kind of came off. Even though you still want to constantly look for challengers, it's just a reminder to keep recruiting and start building a team because stuff gets really exciting when you start doing that. Now, so meat of the call. Okay, my favorite topic. And those of you who follow me really closely on social media know that Amy and I have started like a couple little side projects, and one of mine is manifestationbabe.com. And I am a big believer in manifestation, and until recently, I have not really been using in my business. And ever since I started really applying it to my business, oh my God, it's just amazing what's happened in just the last couple months. And so I just want to share with you guys, the concepts and how you can apply it to your business. So whatever you believe about your business will manifest into your business. That's a very basic thing. There's a law in the universe called the law of attraction that works just as efficiently as the law of gravity or like electricity. Like, you may not know how electricity works, but you know how to plug in a light or turn on a light or plug in your iPhone or whatever, and you know that it's going to work. So it's a law that works no matter what. Or not to walk off a cliff because you're just going to drop down. Like, law of gravity always works, whether you believe in it or not. You don't have to believe in electricity for it to work. You don't have to believe in gravity for it to be real. So basically, law of attraction is like attracts like. So whatever you are, you're going to attract into your life. Whatever your thoughts are, you're going to attract into your life. You don't have to understand, again, how this law works in order to use in your business. You just have to know that whatever you think about, whatever you believe, the emotions that you feel, you will create or manifest into your reality. So think about you and what you believe in your business. Do you personally believe that you can be a top coach? Do you believe that you're worthy of making a significant income with Beachbody? Do you believe that you can operate $1 million business from your smartphone? A lot of people, like, their minds are blown thinking about that, but do you believe that? Do you believe that you yourself are able to inspire others through social media? And, it's like whatever you believe. So if you believe these things to be true, they're going to manifest in your reality. If you don't truly believe that they're true, they're not going to manifest into your reality. So, and the beauty of like your personal mindset and where your mindset is that you only have to think about your own mindset in order for your dreams and goals to manifest. And this is where a lot of coaches get caught up with like, what are my friends going to think of my business? What is Aunt Sally going to think of my business? Or what is this person going to, what if they say this about me? The thing is that their opinion does not matter. It's your own mindset that matters in the end. So like your friends, family, acquaintances, they can think and say whatever they want, and it will not affect you unless you let that crap leak into your own mindset. So something like, I think it's something, an advice that I give a lot to like my coaches is, when you have a naysayer, and we all have them, like no matter where you are in your business, you could be top coach and you're still going to have naysayers. You can be a coach for 2 days and you're going to have naysayers. It doesn't matter. You're always going to have them in your life. And especially the more successful you get, the more you're going to have them. It's just matter of fact. That's just how life works. And so really, when you get like caught up and when you start worrying about your naysayers and you start like letting their, opinions leak into you, start evaluating them and start looking at them like, okay, is this person fulfilled in life? Are they truly happy? Have they reached their goals? Do they have a successful business? Whatever it is, and really evaluate them and just see like, does this person reflect the kind of lifestyle that I want? Is this person successful? If not, then why are you listening to them? Don't take their advice. Don't worry about them. You need to really shield your mindset and be protective of it. And that's why we say personal development, personal development, personal development. This is where like stage one of shielding your of shielding your mindset comes from. And then like, if you're religious or spiritual, you can go into like praying for protection of your mindset. You can say affirmations. For instance, I'll share my affirmations with you. Every single day, 5 times a day, since I worked with my coach, she gave me a list of affirmations, or she actually asked me what the most successful version of myself would tell myself. And so I gave her a list, and I kind of worked on this list. And basically she's like, okay, especially in the beginning, it's going to start with 10 times a day, every single day. And then you might, why am I getting a call right now? Hold on. Sorry guys. I swear this always happens. So where was I? Hold on. Oh yeah. And then like, as you start believing your affirmations, you can slow down to 5 times a day, every single day, but no less. And so my affirmations for myself to protect my mindset is always, I'll usually do it when I'm brewing my coffee. For some reason, when I start drinking my coffee, I start saying my affirmations. And I'll do them before bed. I'll do them whenever, I don't know, some crap comes up, like something comes up in the news that really upsets you. And so you have to say affirmations to protect your mindset. And so mine are, I am successful. I'm a huge contributor to the world around me. I give love to others and receive love back. My business is being prospered on a daily basis. I have it all. Money comes my way quickly and easily, and I freaking rock. And I freaking rock is from Tony Robbins. That's why I say it. So you can say affirmations, and it's whatever gets you there. And another exercise that I recently started doing is like an invisible cloak of white light. So white light is like a universal protective light. And so we can imagine is you can just, especially if you're spiritual, you can just imagine like putting on a cloak of white light around you and saying, you know, nothing's going to get through this. This is like my energy protection. No one's opinion is going to get through this cloak. I'm wearing it right now, and so I'm protected. And that just kind of like puts your subconscious mind in a position where you know, once you believe that, and that's what happens. And so negativity is not going to come and affect you. And so manifestation in your business. So really monitor your belief system rather than listening to what your friends and family have to say about your business. So this kind of piggybacks off my last slide. So what do you personally believe in your business again? Do you set out, okay, so this is important. Do you set out each power hour? When you sit down to do your business, do you have the intention to change people's lives knowing that you'll reach the right people? Or do you go into your power and think, I hope I reach this person, or I hope I sign someone up today, or I hope this, blah, blah, or why am I doing this? And you just kind of like, or what is this person going to think of me? And like your mind starts floating around and you're just like, oh, I don't know, you know. No, you have to sit down and do your power hour and know that like, hey, this is intentional. I am going to be successful. And so the activities that I do today are going to bring me to my goals. I'm going to change lives. I visualize women or whatever your target market is coming to me or responding to me in a certain way. I'm going to show that and through my confidence when I do my power hour. And so just being really intentional. And that's where your mindset comes in. That's where your belief system comes in as well. Do you set monthly, quarterly, and yearly, 5-year, 10-year, whatever goals for yourself? Are they written somewhere where you can see them? Because written goals are manifestation. You can do vision boards with this as well. Do you visualize the perfect business for yourself every morning and evening? Do you have a vision board? See the ideal customer and ideal coach, coming to you, listening to you, wanting to work with you. So something that I've been doing the last couple months, which is a really mind-blowing thing, is I started visualizing. So before, I would always, like, for me, a struggle is that I felt like I always had to approach someone constantly, which is fine. You should approach people. But I felt like that's the only thing I was doing or the only thing happening in my business. And so what really helped me, and I started manifesting into my business, is I started visualizing the perfect coach, or just women in general, just messaging. Like I just visualized messages coming in and like people saying, Catherine, I need you. I need help. I need you. You know, I want to join Beachbody. I'm looking for a mentor. I want you to be my mentor. Or Catherine, I've been following your, just like people coming to me. And that's what I kept visualizing. And it's crazy when that started happening. That's exactly what started happening. Within like 3 days of visualizing that, I started getting messages out of nowhere. I started getting signups out of nowhere. I would log into my online office and just people would randomly sign up who I've never even talked to. They're just like, oh yeah, I wanted to buy a challenge pack and I just chose you as my coach because I've been following you for a little while and blah, blah, blah. Like you just never know what happens, but you have to have the belief that that's going to happen. You have to manifest it into your business for it to happen. See your groups thriving. Like if you have dead groups, you really struggle with groups, visualize your groups thriving and really see yourself as succeeding. Vision truly is everything. And this is one of my favorite examples is thinking of these two water cups. So this is like why personal development, why mindset really matters in the simplest form, like the simplest visual form. So on the left, you have a cup, which is like clear water. And this is your mindset with regular personal development. All it takes is 10 minutes a day, guys. Like 10 minutes a day compounded over time is mind blowing. And then on the right, you have a cup, which is your mindset with zero or very little personal development. So obviously the clear cup is a very clear mind, positive thoughts, cleansing thoughts. And then the right is like people's opinions, all kinds of crap, media, whatever, seeping into your mindset. It's just really dirty. So first of all, thinking about water in general, which water would you drink, right? So obviously you drink the one on the left. But the way I think about this too is like, which water would you want your customers to drink? Because in this business, mindset is really what you're selling more than the product. I see Beachbody products is more like of an accessory, but in the end, you are your own brand. And so whatever comes through your posts, whatever comes through your messages is a reflection of your mindset. And so the tools, the workouts, the Shakeology, that's really just like an additional thing. It's like an accessory of what, you know, of how your business works, but really you're selling your mindset. And so would you not want to sell a product that changes lives and benefits the world? Obviously you do, but most coaches sell the dirty water and wonder why their businesses aren't working out. So choose to sell the clean water. Again, mindset comes out in your posts. It comes out in your interactions, engagements, your messages. People can really sense like what you believe about yourself. And if you don't believe good things about yourself, then you probably don't believe that Shakeology is effective, that your workouts are effective. And then your customer is going to be like, she doesn't believe in it. Why should I? Like, never mind. You know, I'll go to someone who sells Isogenics, or I'll go to someone, you know, or whatever. I'll sign up at the gym instead. And again, people can sense your confidence. Choose to clean your mindset daily until it is crystal clear. And again, piggybacking off of that, that is the product that your customers will buy into. And then just share a lot of value through social media, and that's how you're going to attract people through your mindset. Sell the clean water. And then this is something I learned from Dani Johnson when I went to her seminar 2 years ago, and this has just, every single day I think about the 2%er mindset. So what the 2% mindset versus the 98% mindset. So 2% of the population thinks a certain way versus 98% of the population thinks another way. And so 98% of the population lives within their comfort zone, which is being like everyone else, insecure, surviving, fear, just getting by, dull life, play it safe, procrastination, regret, settling for less. And then you have the 2% mindset, which is one step or a few steps out of your comfort zone, which is embracing the unknown, going for your dreams, confidence, exploring new things, choosing happiness, fulfillment, act in spite of fear, getting the most out of life, living without limits, liking change, excitement. And so most people, like the 90%ers, because they live in their comfort zone and because they, you know, they do whatever society wants them to do or thinks they should do. And so a lot of 90%ers will think that it's impossible to create a sustainable 6- and 7-figure business online. It's too mind-blowing to them. So that's why they attack you. And that's why they're just like, that's why, you know, a lot of people, there's a lot of naysayers about our business is because 98%ers just don't, they can't wrap their minds around the fact that you can work off your phone or your laptop and create a 6- or 7-figure business if you want that. They believe that outside circumstances and other people's opinions matter, and that those two things are the determinants of their futures. They also will see social media usually as a negative place, that nothing good comes out of it, and that there's no way a business will thrive from you talking to people on Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. I get this a lot. Like, people are just like, there's no way you can make money on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you can. That personal development is dumb, that it doesn't matter. Mindset training is just woo-woo crap, doesn't make a difference. These are just things that they believe. And that everything is already set in stone, that your success depends on the family you're born into, the current economy, who the current president is, etc. So this is like a 98%er mindset. But I know that our team is a 2%er team. And so my main message to you guys is like, no one great in history ever knew how they're going to achieve their dreams. They had no idea. They just know what their dreams are, but they had no idea how. So you probably came into this business with big goals. You either want to retire your husband or stay at home with your kids, or you want to travel the world or whatever it is, and you just don't know exactly how it's going to work out. You have no idea who's going to join your team to make it happen. You have no idea how many challenges you're going to have to make it happen. You just have no idea, but you know what your end goal is. And so every single great person in history, they just knew that they were headed in a certain direction. No one could tell them otherwise. They're going to go and achieve their goals no matter what. And so your job as a 2%er is, again, not to know the hows of your business, but just knowing that it's going to go somewhere, whatever your goal is. And you have to have absolute faith, and you have to act that way. You have to really fake it till you make it and act like you're already a 15-star diamond and really reflect that. And the rest just comes from your daily actions. Obviously, there's action involved. This is not just magical stuff. You can't just sit in bed and expect to be a 15-star diamond. Like, do the power hour, do the invites, do the workouts, do the posts, do the personal development. But like, you have nothing, all that stuff will be useless and worthless unless you believe that it's going to go somewhere. Because if you do things without the belief, and if you do things without the faith, you're going to manifest. Like, for me, I know a big lesson that I learned early January was striving and strife and just really like doing a bunch of nonsense busy work without knowing where I was going, without direction. And that really frustrated me. And I know that's what reflected in my tarot reading that Amy did for me in early January. Like I was just really striving and I had no direction, no belief. And I thought that more busy work would lead to more success. And I was just really focused on like numbers rather than just like believing that everything's going to work out. I know where I'm going. I just have to do the freaking power hour, do the freaking invites, do the basic activities, and just know that and have absolute faith that it's going to work out. And just know that your vision is going to get you there. And so a quote that I really like is that vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. And so I guess now we have 4 vital behaviors, which is invite, personal development, being proof the product works, and recognition. But all those things, so those are your actions, plus the vision. You got to have the vision, the belief, the mindset equals success beyond your wildest dream. And my homework for you guys, I know a lot of you have watched this, and I know that I talk about it a lot, but this is really where I learned the very basics of law of attraction from. If you have Netflix, watch The Secret, or you can rent it for like, or buy it even for like $5 on iTunes. I think I have it on my iTunes actually, or Amazon, wherever you find it, and apply these concepts in your business. And even if you make this like a 7-day experiment or like a 30-day challenge, just like practicing law of attraction, practicing manifestation, visualizing, all that good stuff, just making an experiment for yourself. Know that whether you believe in it or not, it's a real thing. You're always manifesting. So even if like you think that you're going to fail, or like you think that, oh, of course this customer is going to go to this coach, or of course that customer is going to return this product, that's what you manifest. So whether you believe the good stuff or the bad stuff, you're going to manifest them. So if you have negative thoughts, you're going to manifest a negative reality. And so really just know, and like just make an experiment for yourself. Like, what if I believed in my business for 7 days? What would happen? So that's my little homework for you. And then Amy.
Well, how do I follow that? You're like the queen of manifestation here. So now here's my part. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So I'm taking this in a little bit of a different direction. I love the manifestation stuff. I'm really new to it. I was like learning and like taking notes that whole time because yeah, I mean, all this like stuff to really think about. Like it might seem very abstract, but it works. And it works for a lot of reasons. You know, you have something planted in the back of your head. Like if someone signs up as a customer and you're thinking this person's not going to succeed with this program, you're also not going to treat that person like they're going to succeed with the program. And then they're going to sense that from you. So, I mean, it all has basis in reality and it's just great. It was really good. Okay, so I'm going to talk about ownership of your business. I had like a feeling I needed to talk about this. It was a couple weeks ago. This call is actually something we planned to do before we went on the cruise, but we had some technical difficulties. So I want to tell you guys a little bit, like obviously keeping it all clean. I'm not going to say any names or anything about why I wanted to talk about this. There was an incident where someone who is not going to be on this call, you know, that's not, no one's going to feel awkward watching this. Like they won't see this. I promise. But was basically blaming one of our coaches for their failure in this business. And I just wanted to take a second to be like, okay, wait, no, this business is, you know, you have to own it. And if you don't own it, you're not going to get anywhere with it. So that's where I wanted to talk about this from. So a reality check real quick. And like, just think about these questions honestly, because I think about, like, I have thought about these questions and, you know, I catch myself. I'm like, oh, I need to not do that. So these are some real like reality check questions. So who do you give the credit to when things go really well in your life? Like when you're doing really well. Like when you achieve something you've been working really hard for, or when you pay off a credit card bill that you've been working on, or even when something good just randomly happens. Like you might say, oh yeah, that was good luck, or that was karma, or that was, you know, I deserve that. I had this coming, right? Okay, so on the flip side, think about who you blame when things go wrong. So like if you're running late for work and you're stuck behind someone in traffic, you know, who are you blaming for that moment? Like who are you mad at in that moment? Or when a project you put off doesn't get the best grade. So like you put off a project and then you get a C or something on it and you're mad, right? Or when you're less than great with your nutrition, like maybe your results aren't that awesome. Chances are we tend to externalize that. So we're all guilty of the give me credit when it's good, blame other people when it's bad. And it's easy. I mean, that protects us. Like on a psychological level, that protects us from feeling negative emotions towards ourselves. But at the same time, it hinders us from growth, because when you're not seeing your part in your failures, you're not going to grow. It's easy to blame someone else, but then you don't learn anything from that situation. Chances are the next day when you're also late for work, you're still mad at the car in front of you who's going slow and not mad at yourself for getting up a few minutes earlier. So instead of being afraid to fail, be excited to fail. That's the next slide. So yeah, learning to be excited by failure. And this is a really different mindset than most people have. It's a different mindset that I ever had before I came into this business, honestly, and started doing personal development, because it's so foreign. You're like, no, I don't want to fail. I'm afraid to fail. But you have to stop thinking of failure as a bad thing, because everyone fails. It's how you respond to failing that makes us different. So failure is the key to success. And each mistake teaches us something. And this is so true, because our entire lives we're learning. And if we're not learning, we're not growing. And if we're not growing, we're not progressing to anything higher than what we already are. So you have to stop being worried about perfection. All you have to be worried about is trying. Try everything. Try everything, and it fails, then it fails. But you might try something and it could be wildly successful, and you would never know if you hadn't tried. So when something does fail, say you like make a post and you think it's going to be really good and you were vulnerable and you don't get a whole lot of interaction on it or something, don't react emotionally. You have to remember that everything we're doing for this is a business. If something happens business-wise and a couple numbers are off, you don't take that personally. It's harder to take, you have to learn to take yourself out of the equation, even though it's yourself that you're putting out there. So take a step back, analyze why something didn't work, and try to figure out how you can improve next time. Maybe, you're not engaging enough, so people aren't even seeing that great post you just posted. Or maybe you're not engaging enough with your challengers, and that's why they're not, communicating with you what's going on. So every single person fails. The only difference is how people respond to failure. Think about someone who's like crazy successful, like Oprah or something. She has failed a ton. She's probably a professional failure, and that's why she's achieved so much success, because, she's not afraid to get back up and do something again, do something different, tweak it, try it again. The person who fails and just quits, you don't hear about that person again, because they're not doing anything. If you're so afraid of failure, you're stuck in their shell, So a job done imperfectly will always be more successful than a job never done because of fear or imperfection. So, I used to be this person where I would literally, and it's not a bad thing, I learned from it, but when I was a new coach, I would craft my posts for like 2 hours sometimes, where I was just sitting there thinking about, like, what do I say? Like, I don't know what to say. How do I type this, And now I can type a post. It might not be as eloquent. I might have a couple typos, but I can get it done in 10 minutes and then move on and do something else. So those things that are lingering in your head that you're like, I should do this, but I'm afraid. Until you do it, it's still going to be in there, and it's still going to be trying to get out. So, all right. So how does this relate to your business? I need you guys to take an honest look at your goals. Compare your goals to what you're doing every single day. Like last year, I had these huge goals. Like I was going to be 5-star by the end of the year last year, but I wasn't doing anything to actually get myself closer to that goal. I was doing the day-to-day things for my business, but I wasn't doing anything big enough that was going to get me there. So if there's a disconnect between your goals and what you're actually doing every single day consistently, not what you say you're trying to do, but what you're actually doing, you're not being honest with yourself. And a lot of the times we need that wake-up call. We need to be like, all right, here's my goal. And if that's really my goal, these are the things I actually need to be doing. It's your job to be your own boss and to take ownership of your greatness and your business. And that's different than a lot of things in our life. We're used to being told what to do, or like given a checklist or given action steps. And that's different with this business, because you are truly your own boss. And so no one else's job is to motivate you. Your job is to motivate you and to get you the results you want, both in your fitness and in your business. So set up a time each week to reflect on your business. Run reports on yourself and your team. See where you're lacking. The leadership ladder is great for this. It really does give you a rundown of all the things you need to be hitting in your business. Like say, wow, my Success Club, I'm not hitting it consistently. That's what I need to focus on. Or I'm not getting enough volume, so I'm not getting enough income. And that's how you need to look at this, because it'll give you statistics. What needs to be done to improve that area of your business? How much did you really accomplish this week? Not what was on your to-do list, but like how many times did you really do your power hour every single day? Not like skipping the ones you didn't want to do, like the whole thing, you know? Oh, hey, I watched a lot of Netflix this week. Probably should stop that next week. This is the reality of being an entrepreneur, though. Unlike other businesses where the blame for your failure of your business can be placed anywhere, like elsewhere, your work is the only thing getting you here. So that means you determine your own success. And that's it. That's all I got. Pretty sure the next thing is you.
Yeah, I just added this today because Stephanie posted it and then I posted it, but just a reminder, because it really relates to this call. But like, if you need help developing thick skin, there's a call recorded by a successful coach called like the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, and how there's a lot of ups and downs in this business, and we tend to get really excited in our ups and think everything's going well, and then once the downs come around, we forget that there's an up coming around the corner, and we like think we're like way far in the ditch, that this is not meant for us, that's it, we're a failure in this business, we suck. And then usually in the downs, when the roller coaster goes downhill, is when most coaches will quit, not knowing that their next up was right around the corner. And so I really like this call. I really like to think about my business that way. I always see my business as a roller coaster. It keeps me sane on the slow days. It keeps me sane when I see cancellations. It keeps me sane when I see anything negative. And also when things get really, really good, it reminds me that, you know, if things go the other direction, it's fine. It's going to go back up. And to enjoy the ups and to work with the ups and to be grateful for the ups. And so the link is in the Goal Diggers page, or if you're really fast and can write down this link, write it down. But yeah, it's another homework besides watching The Secret and then this. These are just two great things you can do. And for those of you who like think that you have to have a certain like this magical time to listen to personal development or watch videos or whatever, what I always do is every single night when I do, well, actually a dishwasher broke this week, so I've been hand washing every single dish, and it takes me an hour and a half every night until our new dishwasher comes, which sucks. But like, I'm like, okay, that's time for personal development. It's time to watch YouTube videos. So just plug in my headphones, stick my phone in my pocket, and just listen. And instead of listening to nonsense or like nothing or like thinking too hard, I'm like, okay, personal development time. Or when I do my makeup in the morning, if I do my makeup that day, or when I make my bed, or when I do something, I just have something constantly playing. So you don't have to sit there and watch things all the time. You don't have to sit there and listen to a podcast. Be active. If you're cleaning the house, which we all have to clean something every now and then, it's a great time to listen to personal development. So I know a lot of people think that they need all that extra time, but honestly, you'd be surprised. Like, I'd have days where I'm like, oh my God, I got in like 6 hours of personal development, yet I never like sat down and actually did it, like somehow. And you know, and it just keeps your brain, the more repetitive you are and the more you listen, the more it seeps in, and the more of a shield you have against, you know, a protective shield you have around your mindset.
Yeah, I make my kid listen to it too. I mean, we listen to it in the morning. We listen to it when we're getting ready. We listen to it in the car. I mean, you can do it at any time. I wish I had more time to sit down and read, but
Right.
You can listen to it and get the same stuff.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
Let me just stop the share real quick. We have 4 minutes. Okay. So gratitude, very, very important. Actually, a huge part of manifestation. So that's another reason why I really enjoy doing it. But like, what you're grateful for, you create more of in your life. So if you're really grateful for your team, you're going to manifest more of that great team. Even if your team is crappy, or even if like your fitness goals are crappy or your workout was crappy, just be grateful for it no matter what, and you're going to manifest more good stuff into your life. That's like basically the basis of it. I almost caught my pot holder on fire.
So glad you survived, Emily.
I know, right? We have like 3 minutes. Not time for everyone, but does anyone want to list 3 things they're grateful for? Just raise your hand.
Or you can type it in the chat.
Or you can type it in the chat, yeah. Let me, I'll just start. So number 1 is this book, really awesome book. Number 2 is I only burned my finger, not my whole hand. And number 3 is I'm grateful for you guys, and I love Thursdays. I love team call, and I love chatting or like talking to you guys and just seeing your faces, and that's what I'm grateful for. Amy?
I'm grateful for my family. My husband had off this afternoon, so we got to go to a picnic. And I'm grateful for my team because you guys are still here, even though I've been so absent and crazy with this, all this stuff going on. So I'm grateful for all of you. And let's see, good food. I've been really off my nutrition today, so I might as well be grateful for the food because tomorrow I'm going to be regretting it. So.
Anyone else? Got 2 minutes. It's enough time for like 1 or 2 of you, unless you're frantically typing. Do 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 do. Do. Less than a minute. All right, well, if no one wants to raise their hand, I will make a post right now. Oh, we have one. Spring break, off injury. Those are great things to be grateful for. I'm going to make a post in the group, and if you guys just want to come in and comment what you're grateful for, that would be awesome. And thank you guys so much for joining us. I love Thursdays, and I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.